Ever feel stuck? Like you're just spinning your wheels?
Yeah.
We're going to dive into that feeling today.
Okay.
We're looking at a Reddit post.
Oh, cool.
The subreddit, Get Disciplined.
Okay.
And it's about, like, how to break free from feeling stuck.
That sounds very relevant.
And it's really interesting to see how people are, dealing with it in their own lives.
Yeah, I think what I found so interesting about this particular Reddit thread was the honesty.
Right.
It wasn't some guru with their, 5 steps to success. It was real people talking about their struggles.
It felt very relatable.
Yeah, very much so.
And the original poster said that they weren't stuck because, life was hard.
Right.
But they were stuck because they were waiting.
Ooh, interesting.
Waiting to feel ready, waiting for motivation.
Yeah.
Waiting for, the right time.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, totally.
Waiting for that perfect moment.
Yes.
That never comes.
And then, suddenly it's 5 years later.
Yeah. Exactly. And you're like, wait, how did I get here?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
And it really speaks to this, fundamental misunderstanding we have about motivation.
Oh, okay.
You often think we need to feel motivated before we can do anything.
Right, it has to come first.
Yeah, you need to wait for that motivation fairy to sprinkle you with magic dust, and then you'll be ready to go.
Exactly.
What if it's the other way around?
Okay, so you're saying, do it, and then the motivation comes.
Yeah, think about it. Have you ever started a chore
Okay.
that you were dreading,
Uh-huh.
and then you actually kind of got into it?
Oh, yeah.
Once you got going.
Totally. Yeah.
I always think about cleaning.
Mhm.
I hate cleaning.
Yeah.
But once I, get one thing put away,
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, now I got to do this, and now I got to do that.
Yeah, totally.
It's like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
That's your brain rewarding you
Oh.
for taking action. It's a
Insights.
feedback loop.
So you're saying trick your brain into doing it,
Yeah, sort of.
and then it will think it wants to do it.
You have to outsmart that initial resistance
Okay.
by just starting,
Okay.
even if it's just a tiny step.
Okay.
And there was a commenter on this thread, Silly Warning 1148,
Okay.
and they said, action precedes motivation. You don't get motivated until you start, and starting is the hard part.
Ugh. Yeah. Starting is the worst.
It is.
So, what are some ways that we can actually make ourselves start?
Well, there's this concept that a few people mentioned called the 5-minute rule.
Okay.
And basically, you just commit to doing something for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
That's it. Anything, whatever you've been putting off.
Okay, I can do 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems very achievable.
Way less daunting
Right.
than, thinking about the whole project.
Yes.
And here's the thing.
Okay.
Usually, once you get over that initial
Yeah.
inertia of those first 5 minutes, you kind of find yourself wanting to keep going.
Oh, interesting.
You've broken the dam,
Okay.
and then motivation just starts to flow.
Wow. Okay.
But even if you stop after 5 minutes,
Yeah.
you've still accomplished something.
Right.
You've proven to yourself
Okay.
that you can take action,
Okay.
which builds momentum for next time.
That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, I did it yesterday,
Yeah,
so I can do it again today.
exactly.
Okay, that's good. That's a really good tip.
That's a good one.
But what about when you're not just, facing one task,
Right.
but, your whole life feels stuck,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like a bigger version of that same feeling.
Yeah, and it's like you want to change everything,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know where to start.
Right. The overwhelm trap.
Yeah.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, for sure.
And one of the commenters on this thread, Planet Cootie, I think,
Yeah.
they said, the problem wasn't ever waiting for motivation. It was trying to make everything better at once and getting so completely overwhelmed by it that I didn't work on anything at all.
Yes.
So true.
That is so true.
Like trying to eat an elephant in one bite.
Yeah, way too much elephant.
Way too much.
So how do we break it down into, bite-sized pieces?
Well, a couple things that stood out in the thread.
Okay.
First of all, prioritize.
Okay.
Instead of trying to fix everything, identify the 1 or 2 things that would
Okay.
have the biggest positive impact,
Right.
and just focus on those.
So focus on what matters most.
Exactly. And
Right.
then break those things down
Okay.
into smaller steps.
Okay.
So instead of write a novel, it's write for 30 minutes each day.
Right.
Smaller goals just feel,
Yeah, less intimidating
writing less intimidating.
and more doable.
Yeah, and you can get that feeling of accomplishment,
Right.
which feeds the motivation.
Right.
It's like a roadmap.
Yeah, I like that. Like a roadmap.
Yeah, with those milestones
Yeah.
along the way.
Love it.
And don't forget to celebrate
Oh, yeah.
those milestones too.
Definitely, yeah.
Acknowledge the small wins.
Right.
It's like giving yourself little rewards.
Rewards are good.
Yeah.
So speaking of journeys,
Yes.
what were some of those
Okay.
action steps that these Redditors were recommending?
Oh, they had some brilliant ones, let me tell you.
Okay, good.
One user, ClaimSite0902, talked about deleting distracting apps from their phone
Okay.
until their to-do list was done.
Like completely deleted.
Yeah.
Wow, I admire the dedication,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I could do that.
It's about designing your environment for success.
Okay.
So you're removing those temptations,
Right.
removing the friction.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
They also had this mantra that they would repeat,
Okay.
which was, don't think.
Yep.
Just do. It's short and sweet.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, and it's a way to, like, bypass all that overthinking.
Yeah, because overthinking is definitely a trap
Yeah.
that keeps you stuck.
Big time.
Okay, so don't think, just do.
Just-
I'm writing that down.
Write it down.
What else?
Okay, so this one was interesting.
Okay.
They would talk to themselves
Yep.
and be like, we need to help future Plain Sight. He could really use our help right now.
Oh,
And we're the only ones who can do it.
interesting.
So they were motivating themselves by thinking of their future self,
Right.
almost as a separate person.
That is so smart.
Yeah?
It's like you're helping someone else.
Yeah, it's like tapping into a different kind of motivation.
Right.
One that's based on, like, responsibility.
Yeah,
You know,
like you don't want to let the other person down.
Exactly.
I like that.
We're often more willing to do things for others than for ourselves.
That's true.
So why not extend that kindness to
Right.
our future selves?
I love that. I'm gonna try that.
Try it out.
Okay, what else? What else?
Okay, another commenter, the Stranded Moose.
Okay.
They had a good point about setting attainable goals.
Sure.
So instead of saying,
Yeah.
I'm going to do all of this today, it's like, I'm going to work on this for 30 minutes.
Right. Be realistic.
Exactly.
Don't overwhelm yourself.
And they also talked about using a timer,
Oh, timers. Yes.
which is a great way to, like,
I love timers.
create that sense of urgency
Yes.
and stay focused.
It's like you're racing the clock.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's all about finding what works for you.
Yeah, because
Sure.
everybody's different.
Right. So, but there were also some really insightful comments
What?
about shifting your perspective,
Okay, I like that.
like mindset stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a mindset.
One commenter, accomplished track 679,
Okay.
reminded everyone that, like, change is a process.
Yeah.
It's not about sudden transformations.
Right.
It's about consistency
Mm-hmm.
over time. They said, change is boring, dull, and takes time and patience.
It's so true.
It is.
But we want everything. Like now.
Right, we want that instant gratification.
Yeah, like I want to be skinny now. I don't want to like work out for months.
Exactly.
Yep.
So true. It's
Yeah.
like building a muscle. It takes time.
Takes effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, consistency.
Consistency.
Love
And we need
that.
to be kind to ourselves along the way.
Yes.
Another commenter, Weaselina,
Okay.
talked about giving yourself grace
Oh, I like that.
on the days when you struggle.
Yeah, because some days are harder than others.
I'm sure.
And you can't beat yourself up.
No, you got to be your own cheerleader.
Exactly.
Weaselina also had this reminder
Okay.
about the limited time we have
Yeah.
for things we love.
Right?
And using that as
Yeah.
motivation to make the most of each day.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, it kind of puts things in perspective.
It really does.
Like, what are you waiting for? You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Speaking of, like, what are you waiting for?
There was a commenter, ChoiceBad840,
Okay.
and they said, how can you just start doing something? You need to have some goal or something you want to accomplish.
Right, you need to have a direction.
Exactly.
Like a purpose.
It all comes back to finding your it.
Ooh, you're it. I like that.
Yeah, like what are your values?
Mhm.
What are your passions?
Mm.
What kind of impact do you want to make?
Because when your actions are aligned
Yes.
with your values, that's when you feel good.
Exactly.
And you want to keep going.
That's when the magic happens.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be some like big, huge, world-changing thing.
Right,
It could
yeah.
be something small.
Yeah.
Like bringing more joy to your life or
Yeah.
learning a new skill.
Or just helping someone out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I like it.
It's about finding what lights you up
Yeah.
and then letting that passion
Yeah.
fuel your actions.
That's a good one. So it really is all about just, like, taking that first step
Yeah, even if it's a tiny one.
and not waiting for, like,
The perfect moment or the motivation.
it's about making the choice
Right.
to act.
Yeah, and this whole thread has just been so reassuring, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, it's not just me.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, like everybody feels this way sometimes.
Exactly. It's part of being human.
And it gives you so much hope
It does.
because these people are like sharing what worked for them.
Yeah. It's not just theory.
Right, exactly.
Like real life tips and tricks that
Hmm.
have actually helped people.
So for everyone listening,
Yeah.
what really stuck with you? Like, what are you going to try this week
Yeah. What's one thing you can do
to break free?
to get unstuck?
Maybe it's that 5-minute rule,
Yeah, set a timer.
or delete an app,
Get rid of those distractions.
or just, like, think about what really matters to you.
Right. What are your values?
Yeah, and remember,
Yeah.
like, action precedes motivation.
That's the key.
So just get out there and do it. And if you're enjoying these deep dives,
Yeah.
we'd love for you to subscribe
Yes, subscribe to Voices of the Soul.
wherever you get your podcasts.
And for even more,
Mm-hmm.
head over to the Shauna Pelage YouTube channel.
And hit that subscribe button.
We've got new videos every week. Yeah. All sorts of good stuff.
And if you're feeling extra kind,
Yes.
leave us a rating and review.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it really helps other people find the show.
It does.
So, until next time.
Keep seeking those voices of the soul.